Hello, everyone. So you guys are not going to believe what happened to me today. So I came out, obviously. I did blog a little bit earlier about the things that I was doing. And anyways, it's so funny. I'm trying to get myself together because it's been a very interesting morning. And you wouldn't believe what transpired throughout the entire day. So I decided that I wanted to clean up the park after the 4th of July because people went there to look at the fireworks and left trash everywhere. So I cleaned up the trash, and in the process of cleaning up the trash, I was grounding myself. I was, doing ups and downs, like, I don't want to say squats, but when you bend over to pick up some trash, you're doing sit-ups and squats kind of at the same time. So it's a workout for your body. So anyways, long story short, in the process of picking up trash, I dropped my shoes. Can you believe that? And then when I went back to look for them, someone had already picked them up. And who knows, they probably threw them away. But regardless of what happened to the shoes, I ended up not having them. And I walked past the path that I originally had went into in order to see if I saw them in the process of walking back. Well, I didn't. And I ran into a situation where all of a sudden there was a kid who was injured. I'm trying to find the right words to say because it was a very serious situation. He said that he was mugged and that he was molested. And when I started asking him questions like, who are you and what happened, and the children can't be interviewed without their parents, everyone kind of didn't know how to take that. So when I explained who I was and explained to them that I am a therapist and I have been educated enough, don't mind me, I'm trying to cross the street at the same time. But anyways, so I am a therapist and I decided to take it upon myself to comfort this child who was obviously in distress. And he came out of nowhere, and there was a guy who was acting like he was on the phone or was on the phone saying that he's calling the police. And I asked the boy, why have we not called his parents? He said he doesn't want to call his parents. I asked him why he didn't want to call his parents. He said, it's too complicated right now. I said, well, is your situation at home detrimental to your health? Do you feel safe? Because we have to now make sure that you are safe at all times. So then we went ahead and discussed what his situation was at home. I asked him a few questions. I told him that, things like that happen. And unfortunately, no one can take that away from him but God. And I explained to him that he must have faith. And I explained to him that whenever he feels lost, he can pray about it. And that he can remain strong because people like him are the people who come out here and make a difference in this world. And I told him that I wanted a hug. I asked the male that was there supposedly calling the police if I could, hug him. And he said that he's not his parents and he can't make the decision. So I asked the child if I can give him a hug. And he said, okay. So I gave him a hug to comfort him. And then I kept it moving. So, with that being said, now I am walking down the street in Baltimore. And I don't have any shoes on. So here's an interesting point of reality. One, I just ran into a child who supposedly was molested at 9 o'clock in the morning the day after 4th of July. Now, it sounds unbelievable that this child would be in a park by himself, but it is his parents' fault that he was molested. And he says that his parental situation was supposedly, how should I say, unstable. I asked him, why was it unstable? And he explained that it was just complicated. And I asked him, was it addiction? I asked him, was it money? And he didn't want to answer either questions. He wouldn't look me in the eye throughout the entire questionnaire. Now, obviously, if he had just gone through some trauma. Good morning.
No shoes?
No, sir. I lost my shoes while I was picking up trash at the park, so I'm just walking home to continue to stay grounded. So, anyways, so this child, who was obviously in distress, was in a park by himself, and there was a daddy there who called the police and took the information he needed to know about the guys, and yada yada blah blah blah. Then he called the police. The police were on their way. However, the police are on their way and took information from this child. However, the child doesn't want to call his parents. So I explained to the Caucasian individual that was there that claimed that he wasn't his parent, that the police nor anyone else could discuss anything with the child without his parents present, unless the child feels that his life is in danger when it comes to his parents. Under those circumstances, we need to make sure that we protect the child. So I made sure that I made the other individual there understand that that's what we need to do and that's what the process should be. And that's it. Now, I conducted the investigation for all of them. And then once they get to the point where they can quote unquote identify the supposed black individual who did this in the middle of a park, because they didn't tell me that the person that did it was black, but I know for sure they're going to blame it on a black person if in fact it was a real situation. Because what happens is that they'll stage situations like that. They'll injure their own children and put them through a trauma so that they can stump the individuals that are around them to control the environment. So when they see a lot of black people, or they see a lot of white people in one area, or Hispanics in one area, they'll do something to dissipate and disperse the crowd. So you can take it how you want to take it. The situation could have been real. It could have not been real. But when you get a hunch that things are a little funny, listen to that hunch. Because God, it's always on your side. And whether they could have easily said, yeah, he was robbed and molested by a woman, and caught a picture of that woman giving him a hug, and then try to put it on some type of broadcast and saying that this woman is now dangerous and needs to be questioned for something that she didn't do, and then they'll harass her and stress her out until she can't take no more, and then she's no good to her children. When you're under spiritual attack, you must understand that only God can guide you. I just walked about a mile without shoes on and I didn't look down not once. When God is on your side, God is on your side. Amen. I'm home, by the way.